Hi, and welcome to A Journey Beyond Business as Usual, a series helping you to slow down to speed up. Here, we explore paths beyond business as usual to inspire business leaders, as yourself, to expand your capacities, build better business, and co-create a better future. This is the Journey Beyond Business as Usual. So this brings us to the concept of the Vuca world, meaning it's volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. And we're in times of massive change in so many ways. So if we could kind of wrap this up with an advice to the leader dealing with this complexity, volatility, uncertainty, and ambiguity, what would that be?
My advice would be to summarize precisely what we have been talking about, is that you really have two paths. If the external world is getting increasingly uncertain, increasingly volatile, increasingly unpredictable, you really only have two options. Even right there, I feel like it feels like a little bit of a relief. Like, okay, I don't have a million options, I have two. I either try to exert more and more and more control over the external world,
Which doesn't work.
well, I think you should just, I always say knock on it, like run it through your own calculus. Are you experiencing diminishing returns? And a lot of the leaders that I work with are saying there aren't more hours in the day.
Yeah.
There aren't more like things I can do. There aren't more ways to work. There aren't more ways to communicate. There aren't more ways to, so can I do a little bit more of that? Yes, certainly, right? There's not gonna ever be a monolithic solution. But then I start to say, okay, if control over the external world has not delivered me, there's only one other place to go, inside. And the answer is identity. So maybe I'll end with an example that I think could be useful to people. So I flew Delta Airlines here. So the CEO right now of Delta is someone named Ed Bastian. And during the pandemic, which I don't think there has been a period of more uncertainty and instability in modern times than that, right? The whole world is freaking out. He is the only CEO of any major airline that refuses to furlough a single person. And obviously, people had a lot of questions about this. And I think about this often because could you imagine being at that level of power and having all of your counterparts furlough, and you're like, I'm watching the situation, I am not moving. And when people asked him about it, he said, you know, it's really easy to say that you're a people-first culture when things are easy. But the only way you're gonna tell if you're a people-first culture is when hard things show up. And what's happened to him and his company has been remarkable. Like I just put all this on a slide for my talks, and I couldn't even fit all of the things that have, like all of the accolades and stuff that have happened. You know, he was named top CEO of the year by his colleagues. I think one of the most powerful things is Delta controls only 20% of the US market, but takes 40% of the profits.
Wow.
It's constantly rated as one of the best places to work. He has his employees. He's just a very well-respected CEO. And to be a well-respected CEO of such a large company just speaks to how powerful his identity is and how authentic he is in that identity.
So what he thinks is what he says and what he does.
Yes, so the thinking, the behaving, and the feeling are in alignment, which then makes his energy
And
a
appearance.
lot more powerful. And I think that's just such a strong example of how you can use the power of identity in the face of deep uncertainty.
Yeah. Visit ElisabetLagerstedt.com to continue your journey. There, we explore paths beyond business as usual to inspire business leaders, as yourself, to expand your capacities, build better business, and co-create a better future. You can also sign up for the newsletter to learn more. Thanks for being part of the journey beyond business as usual. If you found this interesting, please share it. Thank you.